This summer break, I had the amazing opportunity to travel around Central Europe with my school and friends for about 2 weeks. So Camilla, Brianna, and I walked around the airport for a few hours because we got through security earlier than the rest of the group. But then we all finally boarded the plane together. The flight was about 9 hours to Frankfurt, Germany from Dallas, which was not bad at all. And I also ended up sleeping for most of the flight. When we finally landed, we got off the plane outside, which was really cool. Then we transferred to another plane for a short flight to Berlin. When we got to Berlin, Reagan and I were absolutely starving. So we went to this stoner kebab place near the tower. I don't know what I expected because it was my first stoner kebab, but it was so good and so filling that it was so hard to bite into. So Reagan, what did we get?
A doner kebab.
At this place, and that girl is saying, So we got that doner kebab.
That's why we got it.
Then we followed our tour guide, Uli, and walked around Berlin for a bit. Our group ended up getting dinner at this German restaurant, which I unfortunately don't know how to pronounce, but it was near the Brandenburg Gate. So just the two of us moved inside because it started raining and we were the only two people that were in the rain.
She's the bathroom.
Yeah, okay. So here's me and Camilla, and that was our first day. The next day we started off our morning with a bus tour with a local tour guide, and the morning it was kind of chilly, not gonna lie. We visited the Humboldt University of Berlin, the memorial to the murdered Jews of Europe. The memorial consisted of uneven cobblestone paths with gray rectangular stones, and it almost felt like a maze. And then Checkpoint Charlie, then we ended our tour at the Brandenburg Gate. After the tour, we were given about 4 hours of free time, which we could go wherever we wanted with our friends. So Reagan, Camilla, Brianna, and I decided to take the metro and get some lunch. Also, look how absolutely gorgeous this metro stop looks. So we wanted to try currywurst because we were in Germany. The owner was really nice, but he did not speak any English and we did not speak any German, so we ended up ordering 4 orders of currywurst with fries by holding up 4 fingers and pointing to the menu. We sat on the grass for a bit at Museum Island and we got some vitamin D because Berlin was honestly a bit chilly. And then we walked along the river and ended up at this cute pink cafe. I got a cappuccino while Reagan and Camilla got an iced latte. Then we honestly just walked around the city for a bit and we met back with the rest of the group to go get dinner. After dinner, we all went up to the Reichstag building, and here's me trying to make it look like I'm holding the German flag. So the next day, we packed our bags and we said goodbye to Berlin. We stopped by Dresden for a few hours to go on a short tour and get some lunch on our way to Prague. Reagan and I went to a Bavarian restaurant and we both got a salad because we wanted something fresh because we had fried food for the past few days. But little did we know that the salad was just a mountain of sausages and the only vegetables in the salad were the tiny pickled sprouts and onions. By the end of this trip, I would say we probably ate too much of this famous German sausage. Then we had to get desserts, so we got this 3-layer cheesecake, which is apparently really famous for tourists in Dresden. The cheesecake was so fluffy and so good, it almost tasted like a custard and not like the traditional American cheesecake. Finally, I had to get pictures in front of this street because the gold and black mural was so gorgeous. Then we hopped back on the bus and we finally made it to Prague. We ended up having to hike downhill all the way down to the old city, and I was sweating. We just walked around for a bit, got dinner, and headed back to the hotel. The next morning, we started off our day at the famous St. Vitus Cathedral. It was so gorgeous inside and out. The walls and stained glass were absolutely beautiful, and this clip did not capture it as well. Definitely the #1 most beautiful cathedral I've ever seen in my life. And then we walked downhill all the way to Charles Bridge, and you could see the Prague Castle and Cathedral up on the hill. There were so many local artists on the bridge, I ended up getting 2 paintings and a necklace and bracelet, which I absolutely love. And you already know I had to make a wish by touching the golden plaque.
Your elbow is a little scary looking right now.
And maybe it came from you.
After doing some souvenir shopping, Reagan, Brianna, Camilla, Aubrey, and I went to get some lunch. It was kind of like a fast food restaurant similar to Subway, but obviously way better than the one in the States. I got a Capri sandwich and I didn't really expect anything special, but the bread was really soft and honestly so good. Also, the dirtiness of my camera in this clip is so embarrassing, so please ignore that. And then we did more souvenir shopping because the souvenirs at Prague were actually so cute and there was just a lot of stuff to buy. And then we had to get chimney cakes because it was on basically every single street and corner we turned. I got the one with Nutella vanilla ice cream and strawberries, but I ended up devouring it before I got a clip because the ice cream was melting. But I did get some pictures, and credits to Reagan for holding up my camera every time for me to try and get a good thumbnail. The next morning, surprise, we got back on the bus, and here's Camilla. We quickly stopped by at Slovakia to get some lunch, so unfortunately we didn't have enough time to look around. We had less than an hour to find and eat lunch, so when the food came out, we had about 10 minutes to eat. So we were scarfing down our food. And then we finally made it to Budapest.